Hey everyone, welcome back to Dark Forest for the next episode in our Let's Play series. So we're just on our way over to the sawmill with another 2 loads of logs on our trailers. Some of these are the ones I cut down after the last episode, just to clear a bit more space ready for the new shed. So I got them loaded up ready to be sold. So the plan for today will be to clear some more trees, just to open up our land a little bit more, and more than anything is just to make a little bit more money, so we could potentially upgrade our forestry equipment a little bit. So I've got a couple of options we could go with, which we'll explain when we come a little bit later in the episode and we get to the point where we've got a bit more money. So I've got this load of logs, which we've got 12,989 for. So we're up to 44,043. I'll get back in my tractor. I don't know why sometimes my Xbox controller doesn't want to let me get in the tractor. Yeah, I've got another 6 trees I think cut down. So we'll head back, we'll get those loaded up, get those sold. And then I think what we'll do is go around with the mower to cut all the grass area again. I've moved all the hay bales that we made, so they're all loaded up on the trailer out the way. So we'll do all the grass, get that all cut, cleaned up, tidied up, baled, moved out the way. And then that'll create another clearing then for us to continue cutting down a few more trees along that side of the land we own, working our way back then towards the actual farm buildings. Okay, so this is the next set of logs that are all cut up. So these have all been cut to 5-meter lengths. Some of these have come from over that side, so I dragged them over with the winch and just pushed them into the track, so it's a little bit easier to see them. So we have opened up quite a big area here. And I've also cleared the ones we just took to the sawmill wharf in this gap here. So this is where I want the next shed to go. He's just in there. But that's going to cost around about $20,000 to build that. So there's no immediate rush to get that built, as it's not going to help us make any more money or increase our efficiency with the forestry or anything. So that's an expense we can afford to leave until we've at least upgraded some of our forestry equipment, so we can make it a little bit more efficient and easier as well. So we'll get all these logs loaded up. Pretty sure 6 trees is enough to fill both trailers, or there or thereabouts. So we should be able to get another full load, which should give us another 10,000-12,000, maybe a little bit more depending on the size of these trees. There is at least one big spruce tree in there. So we'll get this loaded up, we'll get these sold, and I think that possibly may give us enough money. I've got the year 2 season pass now, and with that comes the Volvo wheel loader. That's like a pre-order bonus or season pass bonus vehicle that you get with the season pass. I'm pretty sure it's also available separately as well to purchase. But I've got that installed. It's 45,000 to buy the wheel loader, and then we'd need another 6,500 for the log grab or the wheel loader. So that'll be what, 51,500, which we should have once we've got this next load of logs loaded up. That will massively increase our, or decrease our loading time. Okay, so I think that's the trailers pretty much full. Maybe I'll have to squeeze. Hold on, that one's overhanging a little bit. Get a strap on that before it rolls off. Maybe I have to just get a few of these smaller bits on by hand, the ones we can lift up at least. So yeah, that was 6 trees, which probably slightly a little bit too much for this. So maybe 5 would have been more suitable. That's another 14,652. So we're up to 58,716. So we could now afford the wheel loader. But it's also that one I think if we buy the wheel loader, it then puts us, what, 50,000 back from getting the processor. And I'm still not convinced how much the wheel loader will help increase our loading time. Unless we can get the logs into a decent stack for it to pick up. Okay, with all those logs cleared out the way, I'll just jump into... We'll move the skid steer out the way first. We'll get that trailer of hay bales, which I'm considering possibly just taking those ones to sell. Because we can then get another cut on this grass for more hay bales that we'll then keep. So I may just take that trailer down to the sell everything container and get those sold. To give us a little bit more money as well. So jump back in the international. Actually, we'll get the rake moved out the way. So I'll just drop this off just over here by the silos, so they're out the way for when we cut the grass field. And yeah, I'll go and take these. We'll get the hay bales down to the sell everything container. We'll get these sold. And then that'll be the trailer moved out the way as well. And then we'll get the batwing mower put back on the tractor, and we'll put it back into mowing. And then we'll get all the grass in this area cut. That way it'll clear the tree line. There may be a few logs I've missed in the grass somewhere. It'll clear up to this tree line then, and then we can continue cutting those trees down across there. So coming from the silos across this way into the clearing, it'll make it easier to process and then get them loaded up. Okay, so we'll get this, the hay bale sold. So we've got 80,000 litres on the trailer. We should get a little bit more than we got for the straw. So 4,608, that's not too bad, considering like it was grass we just cleared more than anything, just so we could make it easier for us ourselves when we cut up and process the trees into logs. So we've got 63,912. Right, back at the farm, we'll get this trailer dropped off. And we'll get the batwing mower hooked up and we can get that area cleared. I'll just drop this here for now. I always forget these wheels. You only have to slightly catch that post and it's just crazy how your tractor drives up the post. Right, so that's the batwing mower hooked up, and just need to change it back to mowing from mulch mode. Get that unfolded. So just go customize, and we want mulcher no. Get that hooked back up and switched on, and so yeah, we'll get all this area cut. Okay, last little bit of grass to cut. So what I thought we'd do is, rather than get all this tedded, baled, as we're going to be cutting down a few more of the trees across here, we might as well leave the grass until we've cut those down, got those logs cleaned up, tidied up and moved out the way. And then we can just come back in quickly with the mower to cut the grass that we expose. And then we'll do the tedding, windrowing and baling all in one go on a larger area. So if we drop this off, so yeah, the next job will be to probably just go along similar to what we did last time with the tree line. Cut all the trees out so they fall into the clearing, then we can just push them out a little bit. And then get them all cut up into length. So what I'm also considering doing is replacing our 2 trailers with different ones that should be able to take more logs and 6-meter lengths as well. I'm also really tempted to get the wheel loader. Still not 100% sure whether it will be actually worth it at this time. It'll be a lot more powerful than the skid steer for pushing the logs out. Okay, so we'll get the few logs we've got here sold at the Sell Everything container. Then we'll get these 2 trailers sold. So 550 for those little bits of wood. I'm pretty sure the trigger for selling is somewhere around the back. But again, I'm not exactly sure where. We'll just do it this way, so get that repaired, repainted to get a little bit more back. And we'll sell that one, so 3,600 for that one. And this is the older one of the 2, so we'll 3,500 for that one, so not much difference. So we're up to 71,223. Okay, so first thing we're going to buy is the wheel loader. So the one I'm going to go for is the BM Volvo, the LM845, which is from the Year 2 Season Pass. I think you can also buy this separately as well if you don't want to get the Season Pass for a small fee. So we'll go without beacon just to reduce the price a little bit, and I'm going to take off the number plate because they're European style. And we'll buy that for 45,000. So next we're going to need a log grab. And the one I'm going to use is under forestry equipment. No, is it under forestry equipment? No, I think it's under wheel loader tools. Wheel loader tools. Yeah, so the one I'm going to get is this one, the Case Construction Log Fork. This is from the Case wheel loader mod. So if I just show you wheel loaders. So yeah, the W20E. No, sorry, this one. It's from the 821G Case wheel loader. So it comes with that particular wheel loader. So if we go back, wheel loader tools. So this is the 821G log fork. It does come with a strap on, so you can put a strap on as well to lock the logs in, which is super handy. We'll keep it standard colour, so we'll buy that as well for 5,500. And what I'm going to do is, well, we've got 20,000 left. I think at the moment what I want to try is, if we go to containers, I'm going to try getting a 40-foot 12-meter containers. And I'm just going to try this just to see how well it works with 12-meter lengths on our current trailer. with a 40 foot. So what I'm also going to do as well, so we can actually load that on and off, I'll get wheel loaders. I'll get a set of pallet forks for the wheel loader. I'm not sure if those ones all fit. I'll go with these ones because I know they should fit our wheel loader. Some of the other stuff from the Platinum expansion, like the big unloading grapple, doesn't fit. It has to go on the L180H. It doesn't fit to the other ones. I'm not sure about those pallet forks that come in the Platinum expansion. Yeah, because it's got L180H. I don't think they're compatible. Possibly tried those ones as well. I think they are the standard ones, but yeah, we'll try those ones and see how we get on with them. So I'm going to go back up to the farm. I'm going to get the trailer to get this 40-foot container on, and then we'll head back and then we'll get some trees cut down and get them to cut into 12-meter lengths. Okay, so just got our trailer from the farm. I've also just put those last few bits of wood we had knocking around on the grass. So we'll get those sold first. Give us a little bit of extra money. That just tidies up the area a little bit. There's another $1,099. Not a huge amount, but it'll cover the cost of some fuel and maybe a bag of seed. So it all helps out. So what we'll do is we'll see if we can get this container on this trailer. I know it's going to be a little bit longer and it's going to overhang a little bit, but that shouldn't be too bad. The other option is we could actually probably sell this trailer and possibly change it for the other one, which you can adjust the size. So the one we've got is this one, the 20-foot gooseneck trailer. But we could possibly change it to this one. And we could change that to 30-foot length. How much would that be? So that would be 9,500. Possibly may work a little bit better for this trailer, because then we could put the triple axle on as well. Take a bit more of the weight. Could afford that one. So I'm going to get that one instead. We'll use that one. And we'll sell this one. So that one's still a little bit shorter, but it's not too bad. I think it'll be a bit better than using this one. So if we sell this one, I get a little bit of money back for it. And I think with the other one as well, we've got more options of what we can do with it. If we do need to change it at any point, we can reconfigure it. So we'll get this one sold. So 6,808. So we've got a little bit of money back, so we're not too bad. We'll get that one, the new trailer, hooked up, and then we'll see about getting this container lifted on. I say it's going to slightly overhang a little bit, but I don't think it's going to be anywhere near as much as it would on the other trailer. And having the triple axles as well on the trailer is going to help a little bit. Let's jump in our new wheel loader. You have to ignore the warning on the back, not being in English. Can we squeeze down here to get the pallet forks? Typical, the log grab would be in the way. I don't think that this wheel loader in particular would lift this full of logs, but we don't need to lift it off. We only need to get it on the trailer just to get it up to the farm. I say, Forks don't quite open wide enough to fit the slots. All I need to do is just try and get this actually on the trailer as close to that end as we can. Actually, that's the wrong way around, isn't it? just saw the doors on the other side, so we need to actually flip it round. Otherwise we won't be able to open the doors to get any logs into it. Let's get that dropped down. Oh, it's going to be one of those where the forks aren't going to want to come out the trailer, the container. Oh, there we go. It's not on perfectly straight. We need to just nudge it over, but it's on. A slight bit of overhang at the back, but I don't think that'll be too bad. I say if it is, we can just increase the length of that trailer a little bit. I'll probably nudge it too far the other way now. But we'll leave that as it is, and I'll get this back up the yard, and I'll say we'll start getting some 12-metre logs cut and seeing how much we can make from those. Okay, so we're back at the farm. The wheel loader's up here ready. So what I'll do is I'll go along the edge of where we've cut the grass, cut the trees into the clearing, and then we'll cut them into 12-metre length logs. I'll probably cut all the way along the bit we've cleared them. Probably the tree that's slightly in as well, and then we can just push them all forward a little bit, just to make things a little bit easier. So then we'll just do them all 12-metre lengths. Any smaller bits of offcuts then we'll keep to one side, and we'll put those onto a smaller log trailer, which we'll buy once we've got a little bit more money. So yeah, let's get some trees cut. Okay, so cut down quite a few trees going along that section of the field. So some of them I've got two pieces at 12 meters. Most of them have got 112, and then the shorter bit I cut at 6 meters. So what we'll do with those is once we've got enough of those, we'll look at getting a 6-meter container again, or getting a standard log trailer to load them onto. Now all we need to do is see if we can pick up all these in one go. Don't think this grab works quite as well as the Volvo from the Platinum expansion. I'll say, yeah, it's going to be a little bit too heavy to pick up that many 12s. So this is why I just wanted to try it, see how well this wheel loader kind of worked with longer length logs. I definitely wouldn't try and load 12s onto a standard trailer, as I just think it'd be far too awkward. But it probably do reasonably well with 6s or 8s at most. But as we're putting them in the container and it's got the auto load, well, we don't need to worry too much about them staying all nice and neat stacks. That's another fairly decent grab ball. I'm just looking now, we should just about have enough 12s to fill this container. Possibly. So I did accidentally cut the one tree just out of force habit. I started cutting and I got to 6 meters and just cut the tree. So I did waste one 12-meter length from the one spruce tree. So I think we are pretty much going to be the perfect amount of trees cut to fill that container. We've got two 12-meter lengths left. And looking at the space in there, I think they should be just enough to fill it. And then we'll get this down to the sell everything container. I've completely lost all steering there. And see how much we make for this. So I'm estimating, take away the cost of the container, which was 5,000. Was it 5,500 or there or thereabouts? So 44,000 litres, so that is 100% full. So we'll get the doors closed on this. And we'll get this over to the sell everything container. And I said, for the 6 meter, we got, minus the cost of the container, we got around about 14 and a bit thousand. So I estimate after taking off the 5,500 for the container, we should be left with around about 28. I'm guessing, so it's going to be double what we got for the 6 meters. So I think in total, we're probably looking about 33,000. Right, so let's see how much we get for the 40-foot container full of 12-meter length logs. If I don't crash into the doors on the container. So there we go, 36,214, which is actually a little bit more than I was expecting. I thought I said we was going to get around 33. So about 3,000 more. So take off the price of the container, which I'm pretty sure is 5,500. I actually go into the right menu. Yeah, 5,500 for the 40-foot. So we made over 30,000 from that load of 12 meters, which was nice and easy to load up. We are left also with a lot of 6 meters. Just trying to work out now whether to get another 12-meter container or to get 2 6s. The trouble is now I don't have the wheel loader to load the next container on. So I could do with the really big Manitou forklift truck being left down here, which would help massively. Yeah, I'll get. I think I'll get another 12-meter. I'll do another 12-meter container, and then I'll probably get 2 6s then to put all the 6-meter stuff into. Okay, so I've been busy. I've cut down a load more trees to fill another 12-meter or 40-foot container with another 44,000 litres of wood. So this should get us around about the same as last one, which was, what, 36,000? So we should be up to 78,000. There is a stack of 6-meter logs. I don't think there's quite enough. So a little bit less for that one, 34,738. We're up to 76,691. So I do have a stack of 6-meter logs. I don't think it's enough to fill a 6-meter container. But I'm going to get one while we're down here, and then we can, the next time we do any tree cutting, we can finish filling that one up. And I'm also going to, obviously with the next lot of trees as well, I think I'm possibly going to continue cutting 12 meters and then 6 meters, and then the offcuts will just load up onto a smaller trailer. So I'll get another 6-meter container. We'll head back up to the farm and get those cleared out of the way. Okay, so back at the farm, I've got a 6-meter container on. So we've got this stack of 6-meter logs here, which I'm pretty sure won't be enough to fill this container. But we'll get as many in as we can. See how it is. And then the next job will be to get all this grass tedded, raked up and then baled. But I don't know if I'll do that today, as I'm starting to run out of time. So we may have to pick up the next episode straight off where we leave here. And I did say in the previous episode about possibly getting the sheep this time, but yeah, I think that'll be possibly another job for next time. But I'm also, while we're up to like 72,000, we've got a wheel loader now, so we can pick up more logs in one go. I'm really tempted to now hold off getting the sheep and try and get some more money towards getting a forestry, like a tree harvester processor, just to speed up the cutting of the actual trees down, and making it far easier to get them into neater stacks that we can then pick up with this to load up. Because it's all well and good having the wheel loader now, but it takes quite a lot more time now to push all the logs together to get them in a stack that we can pick up more than one at a time. And so I'm not really probably saving much time over using the skid steer and one log at a time on the other trailers. And I'm pretty sure the FDR logging stuff, I don't currently have the latest stuff installed at the moment. So I'm pretty sure the ones I used in the past were around about 150,000 for the tree harvester processor. So we're not far off that, we're almost halfway to that. So I think even if we do go down that route, it's still going to probably take a little bit of time to get the rest of the money we need, but that then will make a huge difference to our forestry setup and make things a hell of a lot easier. Now we do have some crop we can sell over winter. Not a huge amount, but we do have the sorghum, oats we can sell, which that'll bring in. How much did we? Let's just have a quick look how many oats we've got in the silo. So 13,866. I'm not sure what the best price is on hard economy. It's currently showing 643. What's it saying on here? Yeah, so our maximum value of the oats is 8,900. But again, that'd take us up to 80,000 if we sold those over winter at the highest price. So that wouldn't be too bad. Also, we've got this container as well. When we finish, we can sell. That'll probably take us close to 100. So I don't think we'd need to cut down too many more trees. One more 12-metre container will bring us around about 30. So yeah, I don't think it's going to be too difficult to get 150,000, or it's going to take too long. And I think that will be a massive improvement to our setup. So I think that's going to be like what I'm going to focus on, is trying to get the money to get the tree harvester. I'll just park this up in here. So I'm going to leave the hay. We'll do that first thing next time. We'll get this all tedded up, get it raked up, baled, get the bales moved out of the way. And then I think it'll be a case of cutting down a few more trees on our land to try and finish filling this container up, which we are got a decent amount in there, so 64% full. So yeah, I don't think it'll take much more to fill this one. And then if we do 2 more 12-metre containers, I think that should then give us enough money to get the tree harvester. And then once we've got that, we won't need to worry about buying anything else forestry wise. We can then concentrate on getting the sheep. So getting the sheep pasture built, getting some sheep purchased, and getting some more farm buildings. And then come spring next year, we can then possibly look at getting a bit more farming equipment. So possibly getting a planter for next year. Header for harvesting corn and other things. So yeah, I think we're doing fairly well because we're only, what, 8 episodes in. I think the next thing after that is going to really be... Although we've still got a lot of land. I mean, we've got all this land going all the way up here. So I don't think we really need to even worry about buying any more land for a while. We've barely touched anything over this side. So we've basically been just concentrated in this small area here. So just in between these two tracks, we haven't really cleared much down this side. So there's still a lot of trees that we can cut down and make money from. So buying new land is not something we need to worry about just yet. We've got plenty of space and plenty of trees on the land we own. So we're not going to run out anytime soon. I'm also considering, now we've got the sell everything container as well as another option to sell wood. Because this is actually a production sawmill that we could buy. Although I'm not 100% sure exactly how much it is. Have a quick look. So it's 100,000. So yeah, it's a little bit pricey for us at the moment. But that is potentially, we could purchase that and use it as a production building. And then just take all the wood down to the sell everything container. Or we could keep this one just as a sell point and then put a separate sawmill in around here. And kind of build up like a proper sawmill lumber yard. So yeah, we've got quite a few options. So if you do have any suggestions or, you know, anything you'd like to see in particular, then please do let me know in the comments. But we'll leave this episode here. I'll just actually check the greenhouse. Yep, still okay for water. 12,000 litres in there. We've got the lettuce as well. 6,000 or almost 7,000 litres of lettuce. But the best price is only shown February. And currently we've got 7,700 at the maximum. But that combined with the oats at the maximum price is another 15,000. And we might have a few pallets of eggs as well. Let's check our chickens. How are the chickens doing? Actually, I forgot to check their feed. 322 litres. So I think we'll have to top their feed up next time. I really don't think 1,000 litres is going to last very long with 500 chickens. As we're already down to 322 litres and there's only 125 in there. But we've got a pallet of eggs. That's 784 pieces. Pieces of egg. Doesn't sound right. So we've got, what's that, 50% or just over 50% of a pallet to 1,400 for a full one. So again, I'm not sure what egg price is. So max price is $1,400 on hard economy for what we've currently got. Oh, that's what's showing anyway. 1,400 for a pallet. Well, no, that's 1,400 for 1,000 litres. So we're not far off having 1,500 for that one pallet. So come winter, when the price for oats is up a bit higher, we might have a few pallets of eggs to sell, which we say possibly with the oats, lettuce, could be another 20,000, which will make getting that tree harvester a lot easier. So yeah, we'll leave it there. I hope you have enjoyed this episode. If you have, then please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. I really do appreciate that. And if you've not yet subscribed to the channel, then please do consider subscribing. We've got more Farm Simulator 22 content coming up. With the time-lapse, no, time-lapse, the wrong channel. With the Let's Plays and live streams. So yeah, if you not subscribed, then please do consider. And I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you again. Goodbye.